situation where you have an ad that's performing really great in a separate campaign, but you have another campaign for the same offer, for the same funnel, and you want to put that high performing ad into your other campaign as well, but you don't know how? Well, good news, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that step by step today. All right, so here we are inside an ads manager. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in this situation. So I have this campaign over here going to cold traffic, and then another one down here going to warm traffic. So if we go to this cold traffic one, there is a very high performing ad in here doing extremely well, which is this one right here. And if I click on the preview button, I can see that it's got 111 likes, 1 comment, and 7 shares. So really strong social proof, and that is great. But if I go over to my warm traffic, which is for the exact same funnel, that ad is not in there because that ad was tested inside of the cold traffic campaign. So I want to bring that over here. So what the heck do I do? I know some of you at this moment might be saying, well, that's easy. All you have to do is duplicate the cold traffic campaign, and then in the settings of that duplicated campaign, just target the same warm audience, and then boom, you're off to the races. You're right, you can do it that way, but that's a little bit of a cumbersome process because now you have 2 separate campaigns going after the same exact targeting audience, which means you're competing against yourself, and it can just create a little bit of a mess inside of your ad account. It would be much simpler, much more streamlined to just grab that high performing ad and place it right into the campaign that you want it to be in. Alternatively, some of you might also be thinking, well, hey, you can just recreate the ad from scratch inside of your warm traffic campaign, use the same ad copy, use the same video in this case, and then boom, you're off to the races. And again, you are right, you can do that, but as we saw in the example when I was sharing my screen, there's a lot of social proof on that ad in terms of likes and shares and 1 comment. And I want to bring that social proof over. Social proof is fuel to the algorithm. So you always want to have ads that have high social proof in them. So if I make it from scratch, as you know, you could do, I'm going to lose all that social proof because it's a brand new ad in Facebook's eyes, and I'm going to be starting from 0. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to show you the way to keep it simple. You don't have to be duplicating campaigns. You don't have to recreate anything from scratch. You're literally just going to grab that same ad and place it into your desired campaign. All right. So if I go back to the ad in question, and I go ahead and click on this, and I click on that preview button, and I click on share, and then Facebook post with comments, it gives me the string for this ad, the actual ID of this ad. Now, depending on the settings you chose at the ad level, this ID can look different. So if I were to show you an example of what I mean by that, I'm going to go over here back to the warm traffic campaign, as a matter of fact, and I'm going to show you this one right here. Now, if we compare the URLs of this, you'll see that they are different in their structure. This one has a lot more numbers, it's a lot longer, this is a lot shorter, and it just has this token right here, I guess we can call it, whereas this one has multiple ID numbers, multiple tokens, and all that kind of stuff. So what is the difference here? Well, you can do this process I'm about to show you the same way for both. It's just different what you're grabbing from here. So, and the simpler one over here, when you're doing this process, you want to grab this part right here. So anything after the post / you just grab that whole long, string of numbers and letters that just end up being and looking like a bunch of gibberish, but that is the post ID in this case for that ad. Now for this one over here, you want to only grab the number that comes immediately after post / you don't want to grab this number, you don't want to grab this one or the token that comes later. You want to grab this one right here. So since this is the ad in question, I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and I'm going to go back to the original campaign that I want to post this into, which is this one right here. So I'm going to click on create ad, give it a name. I'm going to call this high performing ad, just like that, so I know which one I'm bringing in. And here in the ad creation process, right, it always defaults to create ad, but in this case, I want to use existing posts because, like I said, I want to bring over all of that social proof. And then in this case, obviously, I want to make sure I'm selecting my ad account right there. And then you keep on scrolling down, and you see right here where it says enter post ID. It's actually very easy to miss. It doesn't stand out a lot, but that's exactly what you want to click on. I'm going to paste the post ID, and again, whether it's this style of ad ad or this style of ad, the post ID is the same, but that's what you want to be posting in here. I'm gonna click OK, and voila, there we have it. There is the ad, same exact copy, same exact video, and as we saw earlier, it's bringing in all over the social proof from the previous ad. So this is just gonna allow this to essentially have a head start in terms of performance because it's already got likes, comments, and shares, and so it'll get results much sooner rather than later. All right, so there you have it. That is how you bring over a high performing ad from a separate campaign and bring it into your desired campaign, and you can go ahead and scaling on that way. Much simpler and cleaner process than the other two options we discussed of duplicating or just recreating from scratch. So hopefully you found this tutorial to be valuable. If you have any questions about this process, as always, just let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.